Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Tonight it's the first of 4 between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs baseball starts right now. Kyle Hendricks is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. What do we need to know here, EK?
Yeah, Matty, in his last start, he was pretty effective. Got the win and only allowed 2 runs. Going to try and do that here again.
Here comes perhaps the fastest man in baseball as Billy Hamilton strides forward to get this ball game underway.
Center fielder number 6, Billy Hamilton.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1.
First pitch, 7:07.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Grounded back up the middle. Russell has it. 1 away. A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds starting lineup in this one. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
Well, these guys go up there hacking, man. They are dead last in walks, so they have to be a little less aggressive at the plate to sustain some good offense throughout the entire season.
Into the box, Zach Cozart. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch of the at-bat. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Chop foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, we talk about the top catchers in the game. You talk about Molina, Posey, but Wilson Ramos, he does a lot of things really well. Very quick feet behind that plate allows for him to get into a good throwing position, kind of stymie that running game. We'll see how he does in this one.
And this is going to get down out there and should get all the way to the ivy for extra bases. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
Batting fourth.
You know, sometimes people talk about no doubters when a guy hits one 20 rows into the seats. Well, that's a no-doubt double right there. No chance for any of these outfielders to get it. With their backs to the infield, they got to get back there, get the ball back into the infield just to save a double.
Standing in now, Adam Duvall. And here's a ball hit in the air. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Hit hard back up the middle, and that is through into center field, a base hit. Long throw to the plate, and they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, you give a good RBI guy a chance in the first inning, chances are he's going to come through. You see here, he delivers a solid base hit, and the throw home's not in time to prevent that first run from scoring.
Stepping in now, Tyler Solari, as a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike 1. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they come off another loss last time out, and in fact they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
And it hasn't been a real good start to the homestand for them either. They were swept in the just completed 3-game series, so they're definitely in a bit of a tailspin.
And the last 3 hitters have reached base safely here. You have to wonder whether he's going to be able to settle down here before it's too late. Digging in, Hanser Alberto, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
The 1-0 delivery. Swinging a ball pulled hard down the line in left. And this is going to get down for extra bases, as that'll get one, if not both of them, home. The run scores from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
And this early hot water he's in on the mound right there just went from hot to burning hot. A second run is in to score on the double. That makes it 2-0 here in the first. And with 2 more men in scoring position now, this has the possibility of really going south in a hurry.
Into the box now, Tucker Barnhart, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. And that's through into center field, base hit. In to score is the runner from third. And not in time as the second run scores.
Batting 8.
Jose Peraza set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Onto the bag with it is Rizzo, and the inning is over. So it's 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Reds 4, the Cubs coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Tyler Skaggs, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, something to look for. When runners get on base, he has not been good this year. Guys are hitting over 300 against him. He's going to have to change that if he hopes to get a win here in this one.
Jason Hayward comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And Eric, as we take a look at the Reds entering play here tonight, they've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
And they're already well on their way to another win, and we've only played half an inning. I tell you, this team can score runs in bunches, and they're off to a fantastic start here.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And this is swung on and missed, and Hayward is gone on strikes, and there's 1 away. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Eric, who stands out to you?
Well, I'm a little concerned about the struggles we're seeing from Dexter Fowler. He's without a single home run over the last 10 ball games. They look to put an end to that power drought in this one.
Dexter Fowler will get his first opportunity here, and that average is certainly not where he wants it, down in the 220s to begin the ball game. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
And Fillmore usually gets high praise from most people for his command of the zone. He will occasionally give the pitcher just a little extra off the plate if he spots it well, though.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Takes this the other way to right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
And on the mound, here's where you got to keep pitching like it's a 1-run game. You never want to get in that relaxed mode where you think, I've got some cushion. I can afford to give up some hits. That'll spell disaster.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Slow curveball at 74, in for a strike. Well, you figure that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him going forward.
Yeah, I think it might even tell the story of how well he fares here tonight, because he's going to need to mix his speeds against the lineup.
Meanwhile here, the throw down to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base.
And there's some managers out there who'd say, we're already down a few runs here early. Let's not take too many chances on the base pass, but not this guy. He's not afraid to give his guys free rein out there, and this time it works out for him.
Throw gets him, 2 down. With a moment now, let's take a look at the defense for the Cincinnati Reds. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, this is one of the better defenses in all of the league. Very few clubs commit fewer errors than this one. I expect them to be sound in this game.
Chris Bryant is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
And, you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We move ahead to the top of the second now. It's the Reds 4 and the Cubs nothing. Tyler Skaggs makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
Well, and the one silver lining to that tough first inning, at least he gets the pitcher to start the second, so he's able to get this inning off on the right foot.
Billy Hamilton is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. One out, nobody on. Liner towards second, and he makes a great diving stop for the out.
Wow, that's just a great play right there. Let's put the ISO on him out there at second base. You see the first step quickness, no wasted movement whatsoever. Then he's completely airborne as he takes away a certain base hit.
Here's the shortstop, Zach Cozart. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. And he falls behind 0-2. Scorched to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Reds are down in order. They lead it 4-0. Jorge Soler will stand in now. He homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
In there, strike 1.
Oh, a very hittable pitch, too. That's a middle-of-the-plate fastball, and he's not going to get away with too many of those tonight.
Called strike 2 with the letters. 0-2 now.
A little bit of hang time there to that curveball. I don't think that's exactly where he's going to want to throw that pitch going forward. It worked out right there, but he better find a little extra snap on that pitch in the future.
And with 1 away, let's give you a look at the standings in the NL Central entering play as you see where these two teams sit in relation to one another. Addison Russell will stride in now, back in the lineup after being limited to pinch hit duties in yesterday's ball game. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
That's just a great spot for the fastball against a hitter like this. Just off the plate enough to make him offer, but not good enough that he can do anything with it.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Pretty stress-free inning so far. 2 batters, 6 pitches, and 2 strikeouts.
Wilson Ramos stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Lays off 1-0. chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Hit the other way out toward right field. Duvall is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail here 4-0. Jesse Winkler is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Jesse Winkler.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit well on the ground to first. Rizzo is there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
The batter, right fielder.
A reminder that Reds baseball continues all season long here on the show, and there you get a look at what's coming up over the course of the next 7 days. Adam Duvall stands in following an RBI single his first time through. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Out in front of it, strike one. 1 out, nobody on. Tap fouled at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit out towards second. Zobrist is there. On to first as the throw takes care of him, and it's a quick 2 up, 2 down start to the third.
2 more ground outs, and that's the product of throwing that sinker. Just about every time you swing at it, you're either going to hit the top of it or miss it altogether. And if you do hit it, you're going to be killing all the worms out there in front of home plate.
Liner toward right center, and that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night.
And another hard hit ball off of him right there. And that's not the first one he's allowed so far. As you take a look at his line, not too much to write home about right there. This has not been one of his better performances at all.
In the air, out to right. On the move is Hayward. A dive, and he brings it in. And on a fantastic play, the inning is over. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. Back with more on a Thursday night following this. Kyle Hendricks digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
And you look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
Let's get in tight to take a look at the grip there on that last curveball. You can see by his fingers, this is going to be more of an overhand curve. And he'll just sort of pull down on it like he's pulling down a curtain.
Ben Zobrist will get his first shot now, and he's seen that average climb a bit here recently thanks to what he's done over the course of these last 5 ball games. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And here's one that misses to the Chicago second baseman. It's a ball and a strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Duvall moving in. He can't get there as it falls in.
Yeah, 1-out base runner for him right here, and that's something they hadn't had for a little while. Because that's going to break a streak of 6 in a row that he had retired prior to this base hit.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Winkler on the move. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Runner at first here, one man out. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Well, that'll be a frustrating at-bat for him. He's got to be thinking he let one get away there because that's a pitch he should have been able to handle.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. Swing and a liner. Foul. A runner on first with two away. Line towards center field. Hamilton is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. One left for the Cubs. They're down 4-0. Tucker Barnhart is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
Catcher, Tucker Barnhart.
A swinging bunt to the mound. And the leadoff man in the inning will get the job done here. It's an infield single.
And it's just the fourth inning here, but he's already given up more hits in this one than he did in his entire previous outing. Whatever he had going on last time out, it ain't happening here.
Jose Peraza stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
Drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
Now batting, the pitcher,
Tyler Skaggs, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
Now the double steal is on here. And no surprise to see the pitcher squaring around as he gets this one down. And this will go down as an E5 as you can see the exasperation on his face. On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So as he leaves, I would imagine these fans would not be much pleased with his performance here this evening, as he certainly was not sharp. Adam Warren is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the fourth inning. First offering on its way. Into the seats, 0-1. 0-1 pitch on its way. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Hayward giving chase. And the play is made, but this should be good enough for an RBI as the runner from third tags up. And the run will score on the sacrifice fly, so it's now a 5-0 game.
And you know, he might wind up being just a little disappointed there with the bases loaded and nobody out. But the sacrifice fly does get at least one run home, as that run will score from third base.
Here's the shortstop, Zach Cozart. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
Oh, and you can tell by these first couple swings, he's not just looking to poke one through the right side of the infield. He's looking to put something into orbit.
He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. The second for one.
And with one away, they were hoping to get the double play up the middle to get him out of this. But they wind up only getting one on the play as that run comes home to score on the fielder's choice.
Jesse Winkler will dig in. 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. Soler is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error in the inning, and a runner left. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Reds 6 and the Cubs nothing. Anthony Rizzo will come forward now to start the inning, and with his guys down 6 in the early going, they're going to need to put something together here or risk being blown out.
Yeah, and I think the big thing here is you've got to come up with something, even if it's just 1 run. You got to let those guys over there know that you haven't given up and that you're going to fight them until the last out.
Now a swing and a ground ball. And the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. 1 away.
Yep, another good job right there to get that first out. And you can pretty much bet he's probably thinking to himself, anytime my boys get me 6 runs of support, I think we're going to be okay. This is a pretty tough hole to climb out of now.
Chris Bryant comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Pulled the string on him. Strike 3 swinging. And he makes the throw to first. Bryant is retired. 2 down now.
Well, very quickly, 5 pitches and 2 outs here in the 4th. Well, those are the kind of innings you love to have if you plan on working deep into a ball game.
First pitch on its way. Jorge Soler is at the plate as he watches ball 1.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Line toward the gap in left center. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game.
Boy, we always talk about pitch speeds from pitchers. How hard are they throwing the ball? How hard was that ball hit back up the middle? Way harder than it was thrown, I can guarantee you that.
Here's Addison Russell as he comes up empty on a pitch right down the middle for strike 1.
Boy, he has been a first strike throwing machine, hasn't he? He's hardly been behind in the count all game long.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Cubs strand 1. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Adam Duvall heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one. And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
In now, Tyler Solari as he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike 1. The early hit total, about what you'd expect in a score line such as this. Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. Soler going back. Gone! So a 2-run shot to left center as they've widened this lead to 8 now. And as the folks here at Wrigleyville are prone to do, that home run ball will make its way right back onto left field. So there. Hanser Alberto comes forward for another shot after being robbed of a hit in his last at-bat. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Heading out towards shallow right. Hayward has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Up next for Cincinnati, catcher Tucker Barnhart.
Stepping in, Tucker Barnhart, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
You know, he's just flat out a better hitter from the left side. He's a switch hitter, but it's no secret this is his favorite side to hit from.
Very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul for strike one. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out. Jose Peraza steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Popped up. Russell is there for it, and that's the third out. But the Reds do push across a couple on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It's the Reds 8 and the Cubs 0. Wilson Ramos will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the fifth. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
A little bouncer. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Now a ball that's reached for and flared out to no man's land behind first. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
Well, sometimes that's how these rallies start. Little fluke hit, and now they're in business to start things out.
Arismendi Alcantara will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Arismendi Alcantara.
Grounded up the first baseline. Reined in. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just 1 at second.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as he'll take a look at ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
And this is where a guy who's been around a long time knows, hey, we're not going to make up the difference with just one swing. It's going to take base runners. So that's a good job of being really patient at the plate.
High and deep to left center field. Hamilton going back. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Jason Hayward will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. It seems like we've seen a lot of guys late on the fastball tonight.
And he's not throwing all that hard either, but when he throws it off the other pitches, that's where it makes it a little more difficult.
Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets foul.
This is turning into a great battle at the plate.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2. How about this for an at-bat?
Best we've seen tonight, no question.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. One left for the Cubs. They're on the short end of an 8-0 score. Zach Roscoe will come on now to try and sort this mess out, as he'll likely be asked to go at least a few innings here. Tyler Skaggs comes to the plate now, likely due to the large cushion he has to work with on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's got that big lead and a chance to get deeper into this ball game, but he needs to make sure he stays focused, because sometimes that competitive edge can dwindle on you a little bit when you think you're just cruising.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Pulled toward right center field. And the 6th inning opens with a flyout, 1 away.
Well, he's 0 for 3 now in the ball game, and I think I can tell you why. If you're not a power hitter, you need to hit down on the ball. Try and drive things. This guy doesn't have enough muscle to hit home runs consistently, so he's wind up as routine flyouts.
He's set. Here it comes. Billy Hamilton tries to bunt his way on here, but it's strike 1. 0-1. Here it comes. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Breaking ball, and he gets him to chase it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Hamilton is retired, 2 down now.
Number 2, shortstop Zach Cozart.
Zach Cozart will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Reds, as the lead holds at 8-0. Dexter Fowler will stand in to start things off, as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just one hit between the 1-2-3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And he punches out another one. Make it 9 for the ball game.
And you can bet he's muttering to himself heading back to the dugout. He's not alone. These guys have just had a frustrating time of it from beginning to end thus far.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Now a curveball stays inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to straightaway left. Winkler sprinting after it. Can't make the play, however. It's over his head. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double. So a good job of going the other way here as he checks in with the 1-out double. And as we take a look there at the team leaderboard, you can see he ranks 3rd best on this Chicago ball club.
Yeah, he's definitely one of their guys offensively. He does a nice job of finding gaps and getting into scoring position.
And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. That's now 7 doubles for him on the season. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. 1 out and a runner on second base. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. And another foul ball. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Trying to strike him out for the third time. This is line to left, and that's in there. Base hit around third and being waved on home. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
Now batting, left fielder
Jorge Soler steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
And this is low, ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball misses the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. Now a swing and a miss on a pitch well out of the strike zone as he becomes the 2nd out.
Well, not only is that 10 strikeouts now, but I'll tell you what, we've still got a few innings to go here. If he keeps throwing the way he is, he can make that number really interesting by the time this one's through.
Addison Russell ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
And that pitch count is 88 now, but to me, he looks good to go.
Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
And with some of these guys, it's like they're in an 0-2 count before they even come to the plate.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. 7th inning coming up. It's the Reds 8 and the Cubs 1. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Reds leading this one as we start the 7th. And before we commence, let's take a look at the game summary to this point. Jesse Winkler is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Jesse Winkler.
Here comes the first pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you got to leave alone and make him bring something down.
And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. And he makes the throw to first. Winkler is retired, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, he's lucky this ball doesn't get further away. It's a fastball in the dirt, but luckily he's able to block it and make a strong throw to first.
Standing in now, Adam Duvall, as he gets under the first pitch and sends a fly ball out toward right field. And this will be taken in without much trouble. It's an easy start to the 7th. 2 gone.
Since coming in the 6th, he's knocked down 5 in a row. It's given him a real lift out there.
Tyler Solari will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a liner, but foul. 8 runs and even 10 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. Slapped hard the opposite way, and that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit.
Have a night. 4 trips to the plate, 4 hits. They can't get him out.
Hanser Alberto will stand in. He flew out his last time up. From the stretch. Hit in the air to right field. Moving under it, Hayward, and that ends the inning. Reds leave 1, and it remains an 8-1 ball game. Carson Smith will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Smith.
Wilson Ramos will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far.
Wilson Ramos.
And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike 1. A chance here at least for this guy to get some work in what should be a fairly low-stress appearance.
Yeah, but it seems like these outings are where you relax a little bit too much, you give up 3 runs, and then watch your ERA climb by another point. He'll need to guard against that.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
And even with the new pitcher in there, I think you tip your cap a bit to that starter. I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Kyle Schwarber will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 12, Kyle Schwarber.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
Nope,
and he misses with it. 1-1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Line drive to left. And that'll take care of the pinch hitter here for out number 2.
You know, this is an easy ball to misjudge, especially off a left-hander's bat because of the spin. But he stays right with this play, and he makes it look pretty routine.
Ben Zobrist will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1. And low, it's a ball and a strike. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Hit to first. Solari is up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Neil Ramirez will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Into the box now, Tucker Barnhart. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Oh, he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike one. And it's quickly 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2 goes the other way as this is lined to left. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Second baseman.
Just an outstanding play out there by the outfielder, and the guy who appreciates it more than anybody is the pitcher, because if that drops in, you're looking at some trouble.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Stepping in now, Jose Peraza. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Fowler moves over. 2 down.
Up next for Cincinnati.
8-1 our score as you look at our in-game line score. This one pretty much all over but the shouting. Scott Schebler will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Scott Schebler.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. He'll take the turn and head for second. And it's a pick-me-up off the bench. He's in there with a 2-out double.
The batter, number 6, center fielder Billy Hamilton.
Yeah, he got a pretty good pitch to hit there. He puts a real charge into this thing. You see it rattle around the plant life out there, and he pulls into second with 2 bases.
Here's Billy Hamilton standing in as he can't make contact and is tied up here at strike 1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Right, especially starting off an at-bat.
Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2. Got him swinging in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more from Wrigleyville right after this. Tony Cingrani will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Cingrani.
Jason Hayward will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. That's yanked into the stands, strike 1. Cingrani pauses. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Ouch. That's a rough night at the ballpark here. 3rd strikeout. One thing you can't do, though, you can't go into that dugout hanging your head. You got to think, hey, it's over. I'll get another shot to redeem myself. Whether that's tonight or sometime in the future, that's the attitude you have to have.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Rizzo will head for second. And he'll make it in there with a 2-out double.
Pretty fortunate he was able to keep this ball fair. This is pretty close down the line. You see it winding up, one hopping the wall down there, and that allows him to cruise into second with 2 bases.
Chris Bryant stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1. Well, you see there on the graphic, the double is his 8th of the season so far. Had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. That's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Cubs strand 1. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Hector Rondon come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Zach Kozar. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Zach Kozar.
This is hit high and deep out to left. Soler ranging back. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
He's just trying to get a fastball in there to start the inning. The ball winds up getting hit pretty well, but not well enough to do any damage. It's a 1-pitch out.
Digging in, Jesse Winkler. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Rondon looks in. Here's the first pitch. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
Hit on the ground to short. Gloved by Russell. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now in the box, Adam Duvall. Already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
This fastball is looking pretty lively right now.
And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
That got in his kitchen big time right there.
And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. Nothing doing here this half. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. The Reds are on top, 8-1. Jorge Soler will stand in now to begin their half of the 9th in a game that was decided long ago.
Yeah, this is mop-up time out there right now. But hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
Breaking ball snaps in there for a called strike 2.
Well, he's not letting them get a gauge on anything here on those first 3 pitches. He saw a slider, a fastball, then a big curveball. Now he's set up for almost anything on a 1 and 2 pitch.
Striding into the box, Addison Russell. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, not too sure how you call it a ball either.
Struck him out as his woes continue as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game.
And after that pitch was called a ball on the pitch before, I think this actually qualifies as strike 4. On the mound, he's probably thinking, Hey, can I apply the credit to the next guy?
Wilson Ramos comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and coming right off of that strikeout, he's got to be thinking he should be ahead of this next guy. That's a tough way to fall behind.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. 2 ball. Giving chase. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Well, this is a situation where a home run here isn't going to tie the game. And he's got to work on just hitting down on the ball and hopefully trying to get on base. Instead, it's just an easy fly ball in a game where they're running out of outs.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1.
And this offense has just been stuck in neutral. Even when they get a guy on to start the inning, they've got nothing to go with it.
And this is swung on and missed, so the Cubs are down to their final strike here. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Close, but it's not over yet. That's ball 2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first is going to be in time to take care of him, and the Reds have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
What a great performance up and down this lineup as they just cruise home to an easy 7-run victory.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around game for him here. You'll see on the line score, 4 hits, including that big home run. You'd have to say he was instrumental in leading these guys to the victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Reds win this one 8-1. Good night from Chicago.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious Cincinnati Reds, 8 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Cubs, 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 11 minutes. A reminder that extra southbound CTA Red Line trains will be available at the Addison Street Station, 1 block east of Wrigley Field. Northbound passengers are asked to board at the Sheridan Station. Post-game bus service will also be available on the 8 Halstead, 22 Clark, 152 Addison, and the 154 Wrigley Field Express routes.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Cincinnati Reds knocked out 12 hits as a team as they crushed the Cubs 8-1. At the moment, the Cubs sit in third place in the National League Central Division, 3 games back. The Reds are fourth in the division, 5 games back. Archimedes Caminero won his first game of the season, leading the Buccos past the Mets 4-3. As of today, the Pirates are atop the NL Central. They have a 3-game cushion. The Mets are in last place in the NL East, 5 games back. Cody Asche picked up 3 base knocks in the ballgame, helping the Cardinals get by the Marlins 5-3. He is among the NL leaders in triples. Right now, the Cardinals are in first place in the NL Central. They have a 3-game cushion. The Marlins sit atop the NL East, 1 game ahead of second. Chris Heston won his 4th game thus far as the Giants took down the Braves 2-1. He is currently among the NL leaders in earned run average. Looking at the standings, the Braves sit in third place in the National League East Division, only a game and a half back. The Giants sit in third place in the National League West Division, 5.5 back. The Los Angeles Dodgers launched 3 home runs as they bested the visiting Nats 9-4. Heading into today, the Dodgers are atop the NL West, 3.5 games ahead of second. The Nationals sit in second place in the National League East Division, 1 game out of first. The D-backs totaled 13 hits as a team as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park, 6-2. As of today, the Padres sit in second place in the National League West Division. They're 3.5 games back. The Diamondbacks are at the bottom of the division, 11 games out of first. The Boston Red Sox completed a 3-game series sweep as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 5-3. Right now, the Blue Jays are in first place in the AL East. They hold a comfortable 5-game advantage. The Red Sox are third in the division, 6 games out of first. The Seattle Mariners combined for a 4-hitter as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 1-0. At the moment, the Rays are in last place in the AL East. They trail by 8.5 games. The Mariners are in 4th place in the AL West, 5 games back. The Chicago White Sox knocked out 10 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Indians 6-3. Heading into today, the White Sox are in last place in the AL Central, 5.5 games back. The Indians are atop the division. They have a small half-game advantage. The Minnesota Twins brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they took down the visiting Orioles 4-2. Looking at the standings, the Twins sit in third place in the American League Central. They're 2 games back. The Orioles are in second place in the AL East, 5 games back. The Oakland Athletics allowed 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington, 7-2. As of today, the Rangers sit in third place in the American League West Division. They're 3.5 games back. The A's are second in the division, 3 games back. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors.